Kenzo! You're really helping other people. Guys, don't leave now. The lesson starts very soon. Thank you. Hello, Marinelle. Hello. I'm glad I'm finally back to this Korean lesson. I missed last week's class, right? Because it was New Year's Day in Korea. So Korean people celebrate Lunar New Year's Day and 따란! 새해 복 많이 받으세요. 새해 means in the new year. 복 means fortune or luck. And 많이 means a lot. 받으세요, receive. So receive lots of fortunes in the new year. So Happy New Year. Happy New Year, Salin. Happy New Year. 태영's red glasses. Hello, Sammy. So Happy New Year, guys. Happy New Year. 새해 복 많이 받으세요. So I hope 2018 is awesome. I already did New Year's lesson. So if you want to learn more about Korean New Year, please check out the video. So this is today's topic. What's your Korean name? Can you write your name in Korean? If not, don't worry, we'll cover together and I can also help you. Hello, Jennifer. Belated Happy New Year. So, we can start our first lesson. Actually, I already covered how to write your name in Korean in a few months ago. Yes. I didn't cover all the rules, so I'll introduce more rules to write your name in Korean. So this lesson is part 2 of Korean name lesson. So if you want to learn more about Korean name, please check out our previous video. And I know lots of people forgot about my previous lesson, so I can quickly review about Korean name. Really important 2 rules. First, ta-da, write it according to how your name is pronounced. Write it according to how your name is pronounced. What does that mean? Let me explain it really quickly. For example, you see the name Kate. Kate. Yes, this is Kate. But if you write it in Korean just by looking at the spelling, it will look like this. K, this K sound in Korean alphabet is k, k. And then this A sound is like this sound. And then this T sound is like t, t in Korean alphabet. And this E sound is like e. So if you just follow this spelling only, it will be kate in Korean. But Kate is Kate, not Kate, right? So you have to think how your name is pronounced. So let's see this. This name is more like Kate, right? Kate. So we write it as Kate. 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 So don't forget to write your name according to the real pronunciation, not the spelling. Kate. Kate. And oh, so Jenju just said, hello, Keijin. Yesterday, so many people turned up thinking that yesterday was a live lesson. Then some people left just a few minutes ago thinking that there was no live lesson today. Finally, they showed. Oh no, Sorry. But please remember that. Please remember that. Please remember that our Korean lesson is 1 p.m. Korean time every Thursday. Even though you see some alert from me by mistake on Monday or Sunday, it's probably not me. So our lesson is Thursday 1 p.m. So please remember that. And Dina just asked me how to write your name. So Dina, am I pronouncing your name correctly? So your name should be based on the pronunciation, not the spelling. So Dina, if your name is Dina, as I just pronounced, Dina, it will be Tina. 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 Okay, so let's see the second rule. Second rule is 짜잔. Each syllable should have one consonant and one vowel at least. So this is Korean alphabet rule actually. For example, my another example is 따란 Brian. But I told you Korean name always need one consonant and one vowel, right? But this one has just one consonant. There's no vowel after it. So this is b sound in Korean, and then this one has just the consonant and vowel. So 브라, the pronunciation based on pronunciation is not Brian, right? The pronunciation is Brian. Brian. Something's missing. Yes. Again, I'm repeating this, one consonant and one vowel. So if there is no vowel, just at the end. It doesn't have any vowel here. Only consonant. Okay, then let's put pu. So in Korean, we pronounce this pu, not bu. Similar. But pu, ra, and look at this. Consonant is missing. If consonant is missing, put this circle. E. Again, on. It doesn't have any consonant. Put So always consonant and vowel make Korean alphabet. So to write Korean alphabet, you always need at least one consonant and one vowel. So the name is Brian. I hope this makes sense. If this is very difficult for you, I can help you. So please click on the link in the description, here or here. The link is somewhere in the post. So just click on the link and you will see the submission form. Just send me an email on the submission form so I can send you an email. If you just write your name, 따란, you will see this page. 따란, see, ask us how to write your name in Korean. So this is the submission form. Just write your name, and then if your name pronounced differently from your actual spelling, just write the spelling too. And then write your email address and then click submit. Then I can get your Korean name and send email to you. I hope this will be useful. But for now, let's focus on our lesson. I have more rules for you. By the way, guys, are you guys have you noticed teacher Chim Chim is waiting for you? Today we need 222 likes to get Teacher Chim Chim's special lesson. Teacher Chim Chim prepared the Korean slang word for you. So if you reach 222 likes on Facebook and YouTube both, combined actually, then Teacher Chim Chim will appear, ta-da, and will teach you a special Korean slang. So please don't forget to like this video. Teacher Chim Chim is waiting. Like, love, and share. Okay, so back to our lesson. I have next rule for you. Number 3. Third rule. One L sound plus vowel in the middle of the name becomes real. This is real. Real plus vowel. It looks so hard, right? But actually it's not difficult. Let's look at some examples. My first example is Julia. Julia. Oh, I'm in H11. I already smashed the like button, Teacher Cajun. Thank you. Thank you. You're awesome. And this, okay, let's go back to the lesson. This is this, right? And then this is U sound in Korea. So Korean alphabet always have to be with one consonant and one vowel, right? This one is U, but put under consonant, ju. And then this, D, right? And then this is A. But I told you if there is consonant part missing, then put circle here. So this is A. Julia. But bu, this is not Julia. See? One L plus vowel becomes dear plus vowel. You only see one dear here. You need one more. So put one more dear here. So it's Julia. Julia. It sounds, does it make sense? Guys? Changtrash, great job, Julia. And Natalia, I did too. Yes, exactly. So I'll use your name as an example. Is it okay? Natalia. So it's na. This is ta. And this is 리. And then this is a. But consonant is missing. A. Vowel sound only. Put circle here. Natalia. Bu. Again. This L becomes 2L actually. Natalia. So just think you double this L sound. Just like Natalia. Just think there are 2L instead of 1L. Natalia. Natalia. This is your name in Korean. Then some people might be wondering, what if L is in front of the name? For example, like Lin. Then does it have to be like Lin? Nope. You don't have to double the L sound. You don't have to double the L sound. So just it's Din. So just one, no 2L. And another example. There's a good question. How about L in the last of the name at the last? For example, like April. Then you don't have to double this L sound. So this sounds like A, April, A, P. This is already this sound. So there. You don't have to do like double there. Does it make sense? So if the L is at the end of the name, you don't have to double this dear sound. Only in the middle. Actually, this is the important part. In the middle of the name. Only in the middle of the name. And I prepared another name as an example. How about R? Someone just asked me, how about R in the middle? Because L and R is both dear sound in Korean, right? But I just told you one L plus vowel becomes double dear, but R doesn't double it. For example, like any example with a name with R? For example, like Eric. Eric is a great example. Eric. This is E. Again, consonant sound is missing. Put E. This. Rick. This is just Eric. But if this name was Elic, it should be Elic. R and L both dear sound, dear in Korean, but if L is middle of the name with the vowel here, then it doubles. Elic. This is Elic in Korean, and this is Eric in Korean. I hope this is not too confusing. If this is confusing, you can always review this video again. This video will be on Facebook and YouTube always. And guys, please, please don't forget to give us likes. Teacher Chim Chim is waiting for you here. And Aleria, good job. Yes, Aleria has L. And then there will be another question. What if Aleria is actually a great example? Aleria. Thank you, Aleria, for the great example for me. There are two L's. So if there are two L's, should I double so there will be 4L, 4 leer sound? No. I just said one L only. One L. If there is just one L, you double it. But if there are two L already, you don't have to double it because there are already two. 2L. So this is al, le, 리, Aleria. And another question, another great question. How about two R's? Well, two R's isn't the example for, it's not the same as this. For example, like berry, this is just berry in Korean. Berry. So we just use one R. Because when you think about the pronunciation, it's berry. You pronounce these two names in the same way, right? Berry. So just think it's just one R. Are you guys all okay? So please remember that if there is just one L plus vowel in the middle of the name, not the first or not the end of the name, just middle of the name becomes lir plus vowel. If this is confusing, please watch this video again. Okay, and next rule. Ta-da! Chaintress 알레리아 맞아요? Yes, you're right. Great job. And ta-da! Number 4. At the end of the syllable, k becomes 기역 or 크. I prepared example. I prepared an example. So this K means not only the spelling, not doesn't only mean spelling, it means pronunciation K. So for example, like I just told you the Eric, right? Eric. The spelling is C, but the actual pronunciation is K. That's why I used this rule. This again, 릭, 릭. Another example is Patrick. This is CK, but it's same as the pronunciation of, Patrick, right? CK is but K sound. So you can actually write it as 패트릭, or 패트리크, 패트리크. But please remember that this is more common. When I write Eric, I also said Eric instead of Eric, right? Eric and Patrick is more common. This sound. Oh, chim time! Thank you guys for lots of likes. Chim teacher is appearing here, ta-da, with special lesson. Ta-da. 혼밥. This is a slang that is getting more and more popular in Korea these days. 혼 is from 혼자. 혼자 means alone. And 밥 먹기 is from 밥. So this 밥 is from 밥 먹기. 밥 먹기. 밥 means rice. 먹기 means eating. So it literally means eating rice, but having a meal. So having a meal alone is 혼밥. In Korea, we are like community culture. People like doing something with some other people in a group. So I think even when I was abroad, I always hang out with other Korean people in a group because I feel more comfortable in that way. Yeah, Korean people like in a group, and then not so many people go out to a restaurant eat alone. Well, it used to be, but these days lots of people start having a meal alone outside. So we call it 혼밥. So some long time ago, people thought, oh, if they eat alone, they look so miserable and so lonely. But these days, everyone is busy, right? Everyone is busy and they want to have their own personal time, private time. They want to go to a restaurant alone and then enjoy the time alone. So 혼밥 is getting more and more popular. 챙tre said 되게 슬프네요. He said it's sad. Well, it's sad, but I personally like 혼밥, dining alone or having a meal alone. So for me, I really like this culture. Long time ago, people thought it's weird, but these days people understand it. It's a different culture. So you will see this word a lot in the Korean, even news or in the articles, online blogs, everywhere. So please remember this 혼밥. And thank you, teacher Chim Chim, for a great lesson. It was very useful. Chim Chim teacher will be here for you. Okay, so I actually prepared another way to write your name because this I introduced lots of ways, but some people might want to have their own personal Korean name, right? It doesn't sound like, for example, Kate is not actually Korean name. It's just your name written in the Korean alphabet, right? If you want to have your own Korean alphabet name, own Korean name that sounds exactly like Korean name, again, you can see the link in the description. Dun, 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 dun. If you click the link, you will see the name chart. You can see the name chart, and then you can just pick a Korean name that will suit for you. This is the chart, and then if you scroll down, you will see even more. This is popular Korean family name, so you can pick one of them. And if you go up, actually, you will see some charts too. You can make your own Korean name based on your birthday. For example, if you are born on October 20th, October, you will see Pak, right? In the October. And then second, what's the day of your birthday? October 20th. So find 20, then it is Ju. Ju here, Ju. And then what's the last name of your birthday year? If the person was born in October 20th, 1998, then find 8 here. If you are female, choose A. If you are male, choose Ho. So can you guys write the name? If you're female, the person who were born on October 20th, 1998 will be Park Ju-ah. And if you're male, the name will be Park Ju-ho. It's so natural Korean name. So you can write your name in that way or just ask me. You can send an email to me anytime you want. And I actually prepared the last special one. You can even find a Korean name that sounds similar to your actual name. I prepared an example. For example, Schofield. Schofield is a popular name, right? Schofield sounds like Schofield, Pil. Do you know the name of the character from Prison Break? His name is Schofield, and Korean people loved that actor. So gave Korean name Seokho-pil, because the name sounds similar to Schofield. How about James? You know James, another common name. If you write it in the Korean alphabet, it will be just James. It totally sounds a foreign name. So if you want to make this name like a native Korean name, you can write it. Chang In-su. It's a common guy's name, Chang In-su, and James Chang In-su. Quite similar, right? Another example will be Charles. Charles. In Korean, there is another popular name called Cheolsu. And this sounds very similar to Charles, right? So find your name, find a Korean name that sounds similar to your actual name. If you can't find one, just ask me. Ask us. So, wow, guys. Guys, you're writing. So since we have a few minutes left, I can translate your name a little bit. 라몬. 라몬 is 라몬. Is 라몬. Good job. And the pronunciation is like N, right? N. So it's just N. And time's almost up. So if you want to get your own Korean name, sorry, I don't have enough time. So please go to the page and then just send me an email. I'll reply you. I'll reply to you as soon as possible. So please email me if you want to get your Korean name like this. Thank you, guys. So next week, we are gonna deal with we'll talk about Chinese zodiac in Korean with, can you see this? EXO. March 1st, which is next Thursday at 1 p.m. Yes, 1 p.m. Korean time as usual. Is our EXO members coming? Well, who knows? Who knows? Please join my class again so you will figure out if real EXO join it or if there's someone else. So let's talk about Chinese zodiac. Chinese zodiac in Korea next week. Chinese zodiac is really important in Korea, so it's sometimes used instead of age. How old are you might be too direct, so people ask it instead of age directly. Ta-da! So thank you so much for watching this video, and Teacher Chim Chim and Teacher Kajin will be waiting for you next week too. Thank you so much. Bye bye.